Are you pinged with anxiety that will not stop? Anxiety, stress, fear, worry run your life. Or maybe just sometimes they run your life. But if they're a part of your life and you want to make them a smaller part of your life, you're in the right place. I'm Leslie Urbis. I'm a registered dietitian and a personal trainer. And I am here today as a nervous system expert as well to discuss how to help yourself when you're in anxiety, fear, stress, overwhelm, and you don't know how to get out. Okay. Now, there's going to be some techniques in here that I teach, and I'm also going to teach some sciencey things because in order for us to help ourselves, we have to know what's happening. Okay. And so I am going to go over all those things. All right. But we're going to start by decreasing our anxiety, stress right now, because sometimes when you just say anxiety, stress, fear, worry, overwhelm, you're like, yes, all the things, like the to-do list is never ending. Okay. So we've done this a few times, but I want you to look away from your computer. I want you to glance around. My eye caught over that way because there's a cat running around in my yard, but leaving. So I want you to look away and I want you to, at first, just connect your physical body with something touching it. Okay. So this time you could use like my sweatshirt. I could use my watch. I could feel my rings. I could feel the chair underneath my butt. I could feel this beautiful floor supporting my feet. But me, my human body connected to what's next to me. And as you see, my eyes are just kind of away from the computer. I'm placing them back in the back of my head on like little baby pillows and just gazing around my space. And normally I'm always attracted to look out a window. So if you have a window, checking it out and just connecting with something. And you're feeling yourself, whether it's the ring you touched or the floor that's supporting you, and the connection to what you see. And if you can, try to focus on both at the same time, the support and what I see. I can continue to let my eyes continue to look, or if something's drawing my attention, to just connect with that. I can place my hand on my heart. And if I can, take in one more level of breath. Just notice, where's your breath in your body today? How are you doing? What is the focus and connection? And when you're ready, just gently come back to the screen. And when I do, I love to check out all four corners and bring myself back. This simple technique is something called orienting, and I learned it through someone named Irene Lyon. And it is one of the best ways to calm your nervous system. And why is it important to calm your nervous system? Because when you're in anxiety, stress, overwhelm, or any of these outside things, what's happening is that your nervous system has become hijacked by what's happening. Okay. And a simple act of orientation, you connecting your physical body to the physical space and connecting your eyes to something, alerts your nervous system that there isn't a tiger in the woods. Okay, now let's focus here on the fact that like a to-do list is now a tiger in the woods to our body. Okay, if we are caregiving for children, caregiving for adults, caregiving for both, we are working, we are driving, we are doing something, we are taking care of the world, we're under a potential constant state of stress, anxiety, fear, and overwhelm. And because of this, we're constantly fighting the tiger in the woods. The tiger, while may not physically be there, is there. It's present in the do these things. It's present in the, oh my gosh, I have exactly, I don't even know what time it is right now, so I'm just going to say 45 minutes. I have 45 minutes until I have to get in the car and I have to find a spot to pick up my kids from school, and I have to be there right on time because I don't want to be late and I don't want to be that mom and I don't want to be all these things, right? And you feel the pressure, potentially even you noticed how I sped up my voice and I have to do these things and I have to blah, 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 blah. What happens there is I allow my nervous system to be hijacked by the stress, the overwhelm, the fear, which has become normal. It's become normal to us. So we don't even know that we're stressed out constantly, that these little things, we just look at the to-do list and we're like, okay, I've got to remember to do those things, right? But the to-do list itself can hijack the system, and now we're no longer in happy land, okay? We've been taken over. So I'm going to start with some basic definitions, okay? Like, first and foremost is that there's a really awesome book by this guy named John Delaney or Deloney. I don't remember how to pronounce his last name, but he wrote it, and it's called Redefining Anxiety. I do not have a physical book. It is something I've listened to on Audible, but Redefining Anxiety, okay? And I love how he defines anxiety as an alarm. And in his book, Building an Anxious-Free Life, which I would encourage you to go read if you'd like to, okay? In his book, he discusses like the alarm that's going off, okay? There's a fire in your house, okay? Let's say it's going off in the kitchen. You don't close the kitchen door and be like, okay, the fire is contained. We're good to go to keep watching TV. And you sit down and watch TV, and now this room is filled with smoke, and you're like, oh, maybe I need to like plug up the door better so the smoke doesn't get in, right? No, we would leave the building. But what's happening with our anxiety is that the to-do list is here. I love this piece in the book where he talks about everything in your world is asking you for something. The little black box that we call a phone, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all these things are asking us, come to me, come to me. Our to-do list, the bike we never ride, the treadmill covered in clothes, oh, it's time to cook dinner. Oh, I need to go run and do groceries. Oh, I need to get gas for the car. Everything is begging you for time. And that is driving up anxiety. So if you could just let it know, like, okay, I know the to-do list is here. As you see, I've closed it. So I just know the book is here. Okay. The list is not something there. I make a weekly to-do list, which is stuff I talk about in my Have It All Mastermind. So if you ever want to join that, just comment Mastermind. I'd love to throw that in there. But we go into all of this in depth. It's a whole year long, because redefining anxiety and changing anxiety isn't going to happen in a day, but it is going to change every time you use that tool in the beginning called orienting. Okay. But now we have our definition of anxiety. I love to call it just an alarm. When we start to feel anxious, fearful, overwhelmed, stressed, it's an alarm. It's something going off in our bodies. And what do we need to do? We need to reclaim that spot. Okay. But a lot of times we've been taught, okay, it's anxiety, it's stress, it's fear, it's got to go away, it's got to go away, it's got to go away. And then we hype it up more, and we hype it up more, and we hype it up more, versus just being like, oh, this is just a part. Okay. Like, okay, I now know that my to-do list is written, and these things will be accomplished in the week. Okay. All right. I love to think of time as cyclical. So I will get 24 hours. Every single hour that I have, like right now it's noon, my time here in Spain. Okay. So I still have 24 hours. It just ends at noon tomorrow. Okay. When it's 1, I still have 24 hours. It just ends at 1 tomorrow. When I can come back to a cyclical amount of like, I always have 24 hours, I diminish the stress. Okay. I diminish the frustration. I allow my body to understand I'm always going to be able to come back to this moment. Okay. But now we've got our definition of anxiety. Now, why is this important? Because if we go into anxiety, stress, fear, or overwhelm, we're going to change the system we're using. So we have 3 pieces, to the nervous system. We have something called the ventral vagal, which I want you to think is like the part of us that allows us to be like, okay, we've got all these things to do and it's gonna get done. It's the piece of like, like I want you to think I'm chilling on the beach with a margarita, enjoying the beautiful view, and like chilling with my family, and everything is good. It's the relaxation. Okay. It's allowing you to be present in the moment. It's that system comes to life when you can be like, oh, I feel my butt in this chair as Leslie's talking. And I see the beautiful view out my window. Sure, I'm not looking at Leslie, but that's okay. Like I see this amazing connection. That allows us to come back into ventral vagal, where all of our systems are online, and allows us to come into peace, which then allows us to increase our window of regulation. So even though I know the to-do list is here, even though I know I need to still go get my kids, I can come back and be present in my body here without the stress and anxiety of the next thing because I'm allowing myself to remain in this state. Okay. The next piece is the sympathetic part. Okay. The sympathetic part is filled with chaotic energy. It is that like boom, 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 boom of the heart. It's that like, oh my gosh, I need to go. Like, I'm so stressed. What do I do? And like, I really do this with my hands. What's funny is my sisters used to make fun of me when I was little for doing this with my hands. And as I've done more nervous system work, I realized that this was a way I regulated myself as a child of when I needed to fight or flight and I couldn't, I would shake my hands to get it out of my body. Little did I know that's what I was doing until circa day, almost 40 years old, when one of my kids lost it the other day. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I really just like, I need to go into a different room to calm myself down because I don't want to yell. And I was like, what am I doing with my hands? And I got into the front room and I just started laughing because I remember being made fun of as a child by my sisters because I would get so frustrated and do this. But little did I know, I was actually co-regulating myself. Well, not co-regulating myself, I was regulating myself. Co-regulation is when you regulate through someone else. Regulation is when you do it on your own. And so I was trying to be like, I'm overstimulated, help me, right? And so I was getting it out through my hands. But when they started to make fun of me, I stopped doing that piece. And so I never got to release. Now, as an adult, like I told my kids, I was like, I used to do this as a kid and it feels so good. So if it feels good to you when you get overwhelmed, do it. It's like you feel like you're hitting things and kicking things and doing things, but you're not. That is important because when we get into fight or flight and my heart is racing and I need to get it out, when we can physically release that from our bodies, we can diminish what it actually does. So try it sometime. You know, some people like punch. My kids love to yell on a pillow. Like releasing that from your body is a great way to help. Okay. Now, the last piece is something called dorsal vagal. And this is the system of shutdown. So I want you to note that this is when you're like, forget it, F life. Like, I don't even know. Like, there's so many things on the to-do list, like, whatever, you know? I really think about this as like the movement of like, by the way, this is not wine. This is just my cup today. Okay. But I really think of it as like the sit back and like, just let my kids figure it out. I'm not going to parent. Like, you know, they'll like chill. There's nothing I can do. I give up. There's nothing I got. Let it go. Okay. I don't know why I try. That is this system. It's functional freeze. And so many of us get stuck in functional freeze. So if you recognize yourself as the like, F it, it's never going to work out anyways. It's functional freeze. I was there for a long time. I know I was in functional freeze. I was breaking bones left and right. I got an infection in my spine. I got a cyst on my vocal cords, which is why if you're here and you're in perimenopause or menopause, you're like, is this a perimenopause or menopause symptom? It could be, but it could also be functional freeze. And you could literally help yourself out of it with the tools we discuss in this video and the tools I discuss in my nervous system work course. Okay. That nervous system work course is helping thousands of women to really change what's happening on the inside of their bodies. Because the more tools you have and the better way you have to regulate yourself, the easier this is going to be for you. It's absolutely amazing to help yourself to grow in this manner and to really just be free. Okay, so I encourage you to check that out. Okay, the nervous system course is underneath here. Okay, I'm not going to tag the Have It All Mastermind that I mentioned earlier. It's just if you're interested, comment Mastermind. But the nervous system work course really expands on the tools that I'm providing you here and allows you to be free of some of this anxiety and stress. Okay. Okay, so now we know redefining anxiety, it's just an alarm. Okay, now we understand that when we can chill on a beach and just be like present with our family and like, oh, life is great. It's beautifully sunny, beautiful green tree. Like that is great. Okay, fight, flight, or freeze is my like, oh my God, I got to get out of this, right? Okay, or your heart is pounding and you can't breathe. Like that's fight, flight. Okay, and then when it's just like freeze of like, F it, F the whole thing. Okay, it's just like over and done with. that can get us into functional freeze. And we can be stuck in fight or flight or freeze or fawn for a very long period of time without knowing it. And that could be what's playing out. So if you've been struggling with anxiety, stress, fear, overwhelm, I would encourage you, grab the nervous system work course. If you're like, but I want help with this, I'm going to put a link below for a 1 month experience with me while we dive into what's going on in your body somatically, so you can connect your brain and your body back together. Because we're very split. Our mind is doing one thing and our body is doing another, and we're not communicating efficiently. And as the body's trying to tell us, hey, there's some anxiety here, we're like, shh, shh, I don't have time for you, anxiety. I've got to go get all these things done, right? And if you've ever seen what is that movie? Inside Out 2, with the anxiety attack, literally, because she doesn't have a way for any of the other emotions to come because they've been kicked out of the system, and all she can feel is anxiety, right? It's building and building and building and building until the panic attack occurs, because she hasn't been able to feel joy, sadness, anger, disgust, fear. She hasn't been able to feel those things. So the panic attack has taken over, right? And that's what you see at the end of the movie. If you've never seen it, I really encourage you to go watch it, because it really does help. And that's why the nervous system work course is really important. That's why the somatic work 1-to-1 with me for a whole month is life changing, because you start to connect. I have a client that literally, she was like, oh my gosh, you call this program Hear Yourself Again. That's amazing. That's exactly what it should be called, because we don't listen to ourselves. We don't listen to ourselves, and it's totally just okay. Okay. So I want to leave you with one more technique. Okay. The first technique we did was the orienting. Okay. Connecting to your personal space. If all you ever do is that, like, okay, this Leslie girl in line told me to like connect my feet to the ground, and I'm taking a walk. I feel the foot. 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 And you feel stupid. I totally get it. When I started this, I was like, this is dumb. This is doing nothing. I'm getting 0 results. And now every day I do it, like every time I do it with clients, and every time I'm like, all right, butt in the chair, beautiful view, breath supporting me. I go immediately back. And like, when I do things like this and I show fight or flight, I immediately get a headache now, because it's my body saying, oh, wait, we're going backwards to where we were before. Come back, calm. Okay. So one of the other techniques I do a lot, and I've taught my kids, is at the moment we feel so overwhelmed, to place our hand on our hearts and really just be like, body, it's okay. I'm here. Body, I'm okay. Body, it's okay. I'm here. There's no tiger. There's nothing. When you can really connect to your soul, it is so powerful, so powerful, so powerful. Can't ever change anything. It's so powerful. So feel free, tap into that heart space. Really tell yourself you love yourself and you're safe. I'm safe. Leslie gave me a lot of information. I'm safe. I'm safe to spend this $27 on this nervous system course. I am safe to invest in a 1-to-1 with Leslie to understand and hear myself again. I deserve this. I deserve to be helped. I deserve to feel good. And I want to feel good. And as you do that, if you feel like a lump in your throat and like you want to cry, it's okay. It's okay. You're not alone. That's why I do this work. That's why I'm here. That's why I've been doing this. And if you want to do just one live somatic training with me, just comment somatic. I'm doing a group program at the end of this challenge with you as I march into 40, happier, healthier, wealthier now than I ever was. And I want the same for you. I say wealthier because I feel wealthier in my nervous system every day. Every day I get to feel space. That's wealth to me. Wealth to me is deep space in my body and being like, oh, I've got to stretch out. I've got to like not hunch over. I love my body and I want you to love yours too. So you can check out any of those links below. I will tag the nervous system course for $27. I will also tag the Hear Yourself Again 1-to-1 with me for a month. And if you comment somatic, I will gladly send you the exercise that I will be doing live on October 22nd, 2025. And if you're catching this on a replay and it's already done, you can still get that workshop. You just have to grab it and you will get the replay. All of this is lifetime access. You get lifetime access to any training that you do with me always. So you can always refer back to it. And if this was helpful, please invite a friend or give me a follow, a like, a share, a comment. Let me know what else I can do for you. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.